a day. Legal Shield can help with traffic tickets, texting driving, DUIs, court appearances, estate planning, and even contracts given to you that you just don't understand. Plus a whole lot more. Call Legal Shield right now at 213-245-1305. That's 213-245-1305. Again, 213-245-1305, or visit them. All right, Bookmaker's been training me for 6 weeks here. I've been doing the board. As you know, Sel the Bookmaker has his own show on an earlier time slot and been doing it for a couple years, so he's a seasoned veteran, very, very smooth. He's been training Tommy T here for a little bit, and I've been having a lot of fun doing the board and doing Facebook Live and
Tommy
doing the
T's
show.
having fun, and Tommy T sounding a lot better from now as he was on day one on, what was it? November
First week of
November 5th.
Yeah, November 5th, right?
Yeah,
so
November 5th.
I mean, later in the show, you do one of the promos for one of our sponsors, Kelly Vegas, that helps you get your own show.
That's right.
You should have Kelly Sell.
Right, exactly. Well, it's Las Vegas, California, so that's why we do it.
Okay, so you can help someone get their own show. Yes. Okay, so listen, I want to get right into it. I got a couple curveballs to throw you today because Sell is an old-time left-handed pitcher. Had some really good off-speed stuff, so he knows how to deal with a curveball or two.
Knuckle curve, that is.
Sell the knuckle curve. He even goes one better. See, that's how Sell is. I got some stats here. This is a little off the beaten path. We haven't really talked about this much lately, but I got the players with the most selections for the NBA All-Defensive First Team. All right. Now I just looked this up. I've been doing some research because you pique my interest because you have a lot about sports. You have some very, very strong opinions, and sometimes I got to go, man, I got to look this up. I got to have some backup. So of course, I'm looking at some of the great players. Gary Payton was a 9-time All-Defensive First Team selection.
Correct.
Michael Jordan 9 times, one of the greatest defensive players ever. Surprisingly, the two most All-Defensive First Teams are tied with Gary Payton and Michael Jordan are Kobe Bryant and Kevin Garnett, both 9-time All-Defensive First Team. Amazing. Actually, Garnett and Kobe are 12-time total selections because each of them had 3 All-Defensive Second Teams. So I just thought that was interesting because there was like some echoes around here saying that Kobe was no defense.
Kobe's ex-teammates say Kobe didn't play defense.
Well, there was one ex-teammate who you know.
That's the one guy that I know. And
you do have real sources.
Yeah, and he's not the only guy that said that as well.
Okay.
I heard that from somebody else as well, another ex-teammate.
But
the one guy that I know really well told me.
The last 4 or 5 years of Kobe's career, he wasn't a good defensive player. He played nearly 20 years.
Right.
He wasn't a great defensive player. Maybe he was talking about that section of his career. I often, my son, he's young. He was a young NBA fan, and Kobe wasn't great by the time my son started really following him. Kobe had the one good year when he blew out his Achilles tendon in the last week of the season, but he had a fantastic year.
Right.
But so, I always tell my son, he's just loitering. He's just loitering around on the defensive end. He's
right.
not really
and let's
playing.
face it, in the last 2 years he played, he stole $50 million from the Lakers. Because listen, he didn't have to sign that contract. All he had to do was say, all right, Lakers, I'll play for a lot less, and let's go ahead and get some young kids in here. But no, I want $50 million. I want $25 million a year.
See, this is why,
this guy.
Let me tell you something. This is why I love doing this show with you, Sel, because there's a word for you. You're very nimble. You are very fleet of foot. If I come up with stats that shows that he was a good defensive player, you are just quickly do a pivot and go, he stole $50 million, and you're not 100% wrong.
Right, and I'm gonna come right back with a heavy dose of reality, guaranteed.
But we do have to understand that the first half of his career, he was one of the best defensive players in the NBA. He was a vicious defence player.
That's what people say.
Well,
and they voted on it.
Yeah, they voted on it, and he was. Yeah, so so that's.
I wonder how much of that $50 million they got.
Yeah, he wasn't the most likable. Listen, him getting votes on these teams, he wasn't the most likable kid at the beginning.
No, he had to earn it.
Yeah, so he did have to earn it. So that's a little interesting side note. And another side note, before we get into our games, here at PlaceYourBet.Vegas, if you look up our record here in the first 6 weeks of the show, we're 28-2-1.
Never mind the one. The one doesn't even matter.
Well,
it's 28-2.
Who
cares about the push?
I'm just giving the raw data, but yeah.
The only people
right.
that care about the push are walking the streets on Vegas Boulevard right now. Those are the only ones that care about the push.
Okay, so 28-2.
The helmet.
Very good. 28-2. So and you could check our stuff out. We've been talking up our picks, but it's the real deal. I mean, Sel the Bookmaker is doing a fantastic job here. He's pulled stuff out that you would never even imagine. A couple of hockey games. He had the Chicago Blackhawks First game with their new coach, who happened to be, I think, a 17-year-old. Their new coach was a kid, a 17-year-old kid. Jeremy.
Yeah, someone's little pet kid.
Sal did not like him.
No,
Sal said
he still doesn't like him.
The game's going to be over.
I would have referred to myself in a third person. Anyway.
But yeah, so that's placeyourbet.vegas. Go to our site. Check us out. Check out who Sal the Bookmaker is. Check out who Tommy T is.
And check out the pile of money.
I was getting to the third character in our show. We have 3 characters in our show. 2 talk. 1 just sits there quietly and grows.
Right.
Right.
And that would be the pile of money. That's the part of the Brinks truck that backed up and dumped the money.
And I love it because when we put this website together, Sal
says when we put it together. This guy over here.
When we put it together till 4:30 in the morning, then when Sal texts me, Tommy, it's done. It's at 4:30 in the morning. I got to go to sleep. But Sal said, you see that pile of money there? That's my money.
Yeah.
We got to get that in the sound effect board. That's my money.
Right. My money.
Okay. All right. So another little sidebar here, and this is something that, again, is off the beaten path. The Villanova Wildcats are struggling. They're 2-time defending NCAA champions. And now, in this day and age, it's incredibly difficult to repeat because so many of these schools are one-and-dones. Even the great Duke teams, he has to basically reload every year now because all of the good players that come in, they only come in for 1 year. Coach K, meaning the Duke coach, right? So Villanova somehow put together back-to-back national championship seasons, which is almost unheard of. This year, not so good, right? This year...
Well, they got to face Kansas tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going to face Kansas. They have 3 losses. They lost to Penn. They lost to Furman, right?
Yeah, but Furman's a quality club, though. Don't knock those Paladins out of the box. They're pretty good.
The Pelicans, the Furman Pelicans. We looked that up a couple weeks ago. But I got a little interesting piece here. Villanova has a top 5 recruit. His name is Javon Quinterly. Now, you don't know Javon Quinterly because he played 1 minute against Penn. He played 1 minute.
He's a top 5 recruit.
He's a top 5 recruit. And the only reason that Villanova has him is he originally signed with the University of Arizona, but when their coach Sean Miller got mixed up with that FBI scandal last year at the end of the year, he reneged on his commitment and he became a free agent again as a high school recruit, and he signed with Villanova, right? So after he played 1 minute in the loss to Penn, Villanova's 3rd loss of the year, he quickly Instagram posted and said, that's why this was my second choice. And he almost immediately deleted that post. That's why
it was. So
that's
what
why
you're
Villanova
saying
is my second choice, because he's pissed that he only played 1 minute.
Well, he only earned 1 minute.
Yes.
That's it. I mean, look, if he was good, he'd be a starter.
Well, Jay Wright.
Bottom line.
Jay Wright doesn't mess around.
I like Jay Wright.
Coach. I knew you would.
I like Jay Wright. He's my kind of coach.
He's a great coach. But listen, I'm gonna read his apology, because after he deleted that post saying this is why Nova was my second choice, right? After he deleted it immediately, this is his apology. It's amazing. He posted on Instagram, I knew it was a mistake as soon as it posted and immediately removed it. I want to apologize to my fellow students, the Villanova alumni, the fans, my coaches, and my teammates for the embarrassment and the controversy I have caused your program. I regret what I said. You really think that this kid wrote that apology? There's no
media
way.
Relations wrote that. Come on, man.
But
that's damage control.
Let me ask you something. Why do they pass this off as this 19-year-old's kid's apology? Why do they do that? I mean, any moron knows that it wasn't his.
Okay, so hold that thought. So now you've got a 19-year-old that has a statement written for him. Well, we 19-year-olds in the NBA that have statements written for them all the time. Why should this be any different? It's the same crap. Same animal, garbage in, garbage out.
Well, I'm not singling him out because he's in college. I'm saying
but my point is that a 19-year-old kid in the NBA, whether or a 19-year-old kid in college,
or even an older kid, why do they pass
thing.
that off?
Because it's damaging to the university. Yeah. The last thing you want is a media smear of this kid, so he's got to go ahead and do damage control, or better yet, media relations does immediately.
Okay, and that's it just jumps out at me now that I start reading these apologies that they post on Twitter or Instagram after they put their foot in their mouths. They insert their entire leg in their mouths.
In which they're experts at that, by the way.
Yeah, they're very good at that. And then I read these apologies and I'm just like, come on, you can't just play it off as his quote. I just think it's so disingenuous.
Well,
right?
Of course. And that's a big word for the Raider fans out there. What does that mean?
Disingenuous means...
I know what it means, but to the Raider fans.
You said, what does it mean? I'm telling the Raider fans.
Okay.
Not authentic, not real, Fake.
Okay, so Raider fans, that Louis Vuitton garbage that you're carrying that you got down in Tijuana, guess what? It's disingenuous.
Well, yes. So,
Yes.
And I'll tell you who else doesn't know disingenuous. Javon Quinterly doesn't know what disingenuous means. I'm sorry. He doesn't know what it means. Maybe I'm taking a shot, cheap shot, but you know what?
So take a shot.
So
Who gives
what?
a damn?
I'm taking a cheap shot. There
Get
you go,
over it,
right?
kid.
Get over it.
It doesn't
right?
matter.
And I'm a little slow to the punch, but
What's with the Kung Fu punch?
I'm a little slow. I've been working this a little better, but I'm still doing the Japanese dubbing. What is that? I'm still off there,
Dude,
right?
It's the Kung Fu punch.
It's the Kung Fu punch,
Right.
right? Okay. All right. I'm locked and loaded. I'm locked and loaded with some off the beaten path stuff here.
Okay.
John Gruden, our 10-year, $100 million man
That's
in
the guy.
Oakland, right?
That's the
who
guy.
who just did a fire sale, right? He did a
Right.
fire sale with his great players, and he also cut Bruce Irvin, who got another team real quickly.
You
Bruce
know where
Irvin-
he's learning this from? Are you ready for this?
Who?
Who plays in the same stadium? Bill Bean. Come on, he's taking Billy Bean's blueprint, and it's worked for the Oakland A's. And why do you think he's doing it? Because it works. That's why he's doing it.
So-
same stadium, same everything, same culture. I bet they have to buy their snacks in the snack machine too.
Well, did you hear today that they say that there's rats in the snack machine?
Yes.
There's rats in the snack.
Well, they shouldn't be eating snacks there in the first place.
So he traded the great players, right?
Come on,
Cut a couple good players.
That's good information, though, is it not?
No, it's fantastic. It's a great
I
parallel.
mean, who else is drawing that one?
It's a good parallel. But here's the other thing: is one of the players that he acquired, right? He got rid of Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper, Bruce
Right.
Irvin. He acquired Martavis Bryant. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
here we go.
He traded Ryan Switzer
Do you
to
have
the
the
Steelers.
do you have the police siren
Well, Martavis
sound
Bryant,
effect on there?
He just got suspended.
I know, again. What a blithering idiot.
He's the guy that John Gruden required.
Well-
You know what this is like? This is almost like the movie Major League when the owner was purposely trying to lose.
Right.
Remember the girl, the woman owner was purposely trying to lose. It's like there's a cutout poster of John Gruden in the locker room, and every time they lose, they take off some of his clothes. This is terrible.
It's like playing strip Gruden. That's
Okay,
ridiculous.
But here's the thing, though. He got Martavis Bryant. Martavis Bryant is out for suspended indefinitely.
Right. Again,
right?
just like
Again,
2016.
Right? What a surprise!
I know, big surprise.
Okay, so then, of course, Reggie McKenzie, the longtime GM, was fired. Reggie McKenzie was the GM of the year. He won like the executive of the year a few years ago, right? Yeah. So he's fired. So now John Gruden is the head coach. He's now the GM. I mean, he's doing everything now.
You know what he's going to do? You know who's going to be his next assistant?
Who?
This is great stuff. And we just saw this from Jose Canseco. He wants to be the chief of staff. So now you're going to get Jose Canseco's going to get into the team with the Raiders. How about the laugh track for that? You're killing me here. You're searching for it. No, we need the applause, the laugh, something.
Okay, well, listen.
This guy, look at you.
Come on, I'm doing 8 things at once here.
You're killing me here. Come on, that's great material. Hey, tip your waiter. I'm here all week.
Okay, so and the other thing is, as I was coming into the studio today, I go by the stadium a lot. I check on the construction of the stadium because I think it's exciting here. Mm-hmm. And ironically, John Gruden was laying concrete. He's working in a construction crew there. Gruden was there.
He's laying some pipe,
He's laying concrete in the stadium. So he's doing a lot of things. You got to give John Gruden. John Gruden is just got off to the worst start imaginable. You couldn't try to do a worse job.
I don't care if they come here with a perfect season under their belt. Let's say all next year.
Yeah, it's still
Let's say they go undefeated, they win the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter because they're not the homegrown team here in Vegas. Nobody gives a damn. I mean, not like that. I mean, we care about the Vegas Golden Knights. Why? Because they're the homegrown team. It's not the transplanted team. Just like if the Phoenix Suns move over from Phoenix to Vegas. Well, the fact is, we're going to go to commercial break, and we're going to be back here in just a few minutes on PlaceYourBet.Vegas. Don't go anywhere. Back in a few.
I caught it in time.
I know. I was like, what? I almost said, we'll be back on the Sports Circus in just a few minutes.
Well, at least you teach me that the music tells you that we're going to...
That's it. When I heard that, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the clock. Go. All right.
I had some different stuff for you today.
I want to talk about the Phoenix Suns.
Okay.
And that possibility of a move and stuff because
I just saw just a ticker on that, so I don't know about that.
I know a little bit more about that. I can't remember the guy's name. Sarver, I think.
Robert Sarver.
Sarver, yeah, Sarver. I don't care about his first name. Sarver.
All right.
Whatever.
In case you want to know. All right. So we're good.
All right. Hey, Mike in Paducah's with us again. He said almost missed the start.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, boy. All right. Now you're off Here we took the mics off right now, so because we're in between commercial breaks, whatever. Actually, we're in between segments. All right, he gives a thumbs up. All right, and I can't give a thumb up back to you, unfortunately, but I can give you a backhand. Yeah, it's good stuff. There's Nate Schmidt.
Schmidt's the goal, then you'll bring us in. We'll talk about
Knights lost today. They lost in overtime.
Who did?
Knights did, but at least they get a point because it wasn't overtime.
Okay,
that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really much. I don't want to talk much hockey today.
All right.
No, let's kind of
I was thinking
get past the hockey.
The third segment, I'll start talking some football games there. I got some things about Buffalo, Josh Allen. I got some things about the quarterbacks, the young quarterbacks, that I'm going to get your opinion on.
All right.
In the third segment. All right.
Mike, there's your preview. Yes. All right. Oh yeah, there it is. Look, big buck, man. You are rolling in the dough with all that chocolate. Yes. Gotta like that.
The best tasting chocolate going right now.
All I know is it's the perfect thing for what we do here. Right? Big money and big chocolate. What could be better than big money and big chocolate? Don't worry about where I got it. The fact is, you got it.
It's good because I got it.
If you need to get amped up later on, just chew on that thing.
Oh my God! I got the wife coming back.
Oh yeah, when's that happening?
This weekend from tour, and she'll be back for a month.
Oh wow, nice.
Can't wait. Then we're used to this.
Yeah.
Years of her on tour.
Right.
We're used to it ever since we started. But you want her around. Always want her around. Not on tour.
Yeah. When she's not around, you end up punching your clown. That's no fun.
This kid can't help it.
I can't help it.
I can't help it.
I got something to say about everything.
That's okay.
I went to bed at 4:30 and I got up at 8:30. You think you're tired? I'm tired too.
Yeah, that's like me.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
here's my promo. Okay, here, let's plug this in.
Okay, I got
You've heard all day long. The Sports Circus covers everything that other shows don't or are too scared to cover. There's no primetime show like it on air that'll punch you in the mouth and you'll beg for more. Also, you could call in and participate with our chaos if you dare. Join me and celebrity guests for Havoc and Mayhem weekdays at 5 p.m. here on KSHP 1400. Remember, folks, it's a circus, and we prove it every day. All right, we're coming back from commercial break right now. I had to take it out because Elvis is playing, and we don't want to have any problems with the copyright stuff. I get warnings on it all the time. Go ahead, man.
Welcome back to Place Your Bet, everybody. This is Tommy T, and this segment is brought to you by the American Business Trust Company, helping your company with business and marketing, capital resources, and establishing your company with a physical location or on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea, and the American Business Trust Company can help with the rest. Visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's ABTRUSTCO.com. Or call 657-600-1876. That's the American Business Trust Company. 657-600-1876. Call them today. They can help your business right away.
All right, I'm Sal the Bookmaker. And, folks, we're going to open up the phone lines. If you want to give us a call, feel free to give us a call at 702-221-7283. That's 702-221-7283. 702-221-7283. Call right now. If you're caller number one, you get to talk to us. If you're caller number two, that means you're stepping in it.
Very good. Yes, very good. Okay. I got some of the college lines up here on our board, on our screen right here. And we got the big game coming here in Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Bowl, which would be Arizona State and Fresno State. Fresno State's -3 in that game, which is a 52 over-under.
That Fresno State is 6 in that game. The line moved up. You're looking at the open.
Yes, that's what I said. They're -3, and then you didn't give me a chance to finish. Now they're -6. Stupid.
I feel like an encyclopedia because I just happen to know this, and you're looking at it.
This is right up your alley, man. This is great. This is great. So, the what day is the game? It's coming up,
tomorrow.
Right?
Tomorrow at
1:30.
It's at 12:30 tomorrow, isn't it?
1:30 it says here.
Really, I thought
time.
it was at 12:30.
Wait, the line moved up. It's 2:30. No, it's still 1:30. Okay, so that's tomorrow 1:30.
Trying to cross me up. No, it's not going to work.
You like Fresno State, and also Arizona State's missing their best player, N'Keal Henry, the star wide receiver is not playing because he doesn't want to get injured in the bowl game. No, I know.
I
wonder what you think about that.
I want to talk about that for a minute.
Okay.
When these players, so here you've got these kids, they're going to go into the draft, whatever, and they're hanging out their team to dry in a bowl game that everybody has collectively worked for all year long. And imagine, so here's Tommy T. Tommy's on the team with me. And Tommy says, you know what, I'm going to get drafted, so I'm not going to play. And I'm going to grab you by your nose hairs, and I'm going to drag you back on that field. Say, you're playing. We are the ones that got you there, all 11 of us on this side of the ball, plus the 11 on the other side, plus the special teams guy. We got here collectively. You're playing. I don't give a damn about your contract. Why don't you show a little bit of heart and a little bit of integrity, right?
Okay,
and
yes.
that's my problem. These kids, it's selfish. Just like, look, what did Nick Bosa do? Nick Bosa, he got himself hurt, whatever. He's, I'm going to sit out for the rest of the season.
Train for the draft.
He hung out the Ohio State Buckeyes. As much as I don't like them, he hung those guys out to dry, and that's not fair to all those guys that came there. They wanted to maybe play with him because he was a great player and his brother, blah, blah, blah. That's not fair. It's a bunch of BS.
Okay, a very good point, 100% with you on that, but let me just play devil's advocate and just take counterpoint on that. Now, what if this kid, N'Keal Henry, blows his knee out? What if he has a devastating knee injury?
So what?
And he misses out on, say, $10, $12 million?
Who gives a damn? The fact is, he gives
a damn. His family gives a damn.
Wait a minute. This kid went there with the assumption that he was playing a team sport, and he wasn't playing. You crack knuckles over there.
I'm getting ready to do some damage on the wall here if you keep disagreeing with me.
All right, well, bring it on. Bring an army and a lunch, kid. But the fact is, this kid joined a team. It wasn't an individual sport. So you start as a teammate and you finish as a teammate.
You're repeating your same point, and I know that. You're 100% right.
I don't care if he loses, if he blows his knee out.
What about the
screw
money?
Screw his family. Screw the money.
Really?
That's the problem. Money, money, money. Everyone screws everything up. I almost said a bad word. Everybody screws everything up because of money. And that is the problem. And what are we trying to do here? We're trying to have a conversation about integrity. And these kids don't have a shred of integrity because they're so damn worried about, I need my money. I got to get my money. I'm sick of that crap. I'm sick of that garbage.
Okay.
And if they're going to have that kind of attitude, kick their asses off the team right now and just be done with it.
Let me bring up a couple guys that started doing this. A couple years ago, Leonard Fournette and Christian McCaffrey both did this. McCaffrey was playing for Stanford.
I know, and he sat out.
They both sat out.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt their draft stock. It hasn't hurt
but
their,
it shows,
their overall
buddy,
profile.
Okay, well, no, it does. It does hurt their profile.
McCaffrey's had a fine career.
Hold on a second.
No one thinks less of him.
How do you know? Are you in his circle?
Doesn't get a lot of bad print. It doesn't get a lot of bad things.
Well, I don't care who's doing it. The fact is,
just
because other people are doing it doesn't make it better. But guys like Fournette and McCaffrey, all they did was wreck it for everybody. Our money is more important than this team, and that's a bunch of BS.
No, I'm just laying out. Kelvin Harmon, another top wide receiver at NC State's not playing in his bowl game. So yeah, listen, I'm not a big fan of this either. I think these guys should play, but I do understand that this is such a major investment. Their body is their investment. So I do understand that.
They came to college to do what? To play football, sport, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. All right, really, they came there to study because they're student athletes, right?
Also,
unless they're in the Southeast Conference, they're athlete students.
Well, also, there's a lot of insurance available for these players, too, where if they have obviously, if their career ends, they can collect on an insurance policy, even if their draft stock, they have insurance where if their draft stock falls 2 or 3 rounds, they can collect on an insurance policy. So there is other ways of dealing with this.
Can you imagine that?
It's
unbelievable.
The world that we live in.
And
it's ridiculous.
Look what they've done. They have made this, we'll call it the sporting world. They have made it so financially dependent, and they have wrecked the fun that people have either watching it or playing it. I had yesterday on the other show, I had a 5-time world champion on the show. 2 Super Bowls, 3 NFL league championships. I had Dave Robinson on from the Packers,
Green Bay Packers,
and from the Redskins, right?
Okay, yep.
And this guy, he did it all, but remember, this guy only made $15,000 a year. And the story that he had, he was at a Packers alumni Super Bowl champion thing, whatever. And he was sitting there having dinner with Donald Driver. And Donald goes, so you're a Hall of Famer. You're in the College Football Hall of Fame, too. He's like, yeah, I worked really hard. And then, us guys, we had to work regular jobs, outside of playing in the regular season, because that's what it was back then. And he goes, I only made $15,000 a year. And Donald Driver had the nerve to say to him, he goes, I think I got that in my pocket right now. He said, I don't leave home without that kind of money.
That's just tacky.
Right.
That's
right. And he said after taxes, maybe it's like $10,000. He goes, I know I got that on me right now.
That's not even funny. That's
what
this is, Driver. That's not
I know.
funny.
I mean, what a jerk off.
Yeah.
What an absolute jerk off.
Yeah.
I can't wait till I have my next conversation with Donald and say, you know what? That was uncool.
Okay.
You don't say that to somebody.
I got that in my pocket right now. Oh my!
What an ass! Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what he doesn't have. He doesn't have the overall life that Dave Robinson has. Dave Robinson is a 5-time NFL champion, 2-time Super Bowl winner, 3-time champion before the Super Bowl even started.
Right, the league championship.
Championship. And
I
heard his interview.
Right, Dave's got integrity. Dave's a hardworking guy,
well-respected guy.
He built a company from scratch to where it is today. It blew up. It's great. It's fantastic. And he's a high-value guy. And you take a guy like Donald Driver saying that kind of garbage.
Yeah.
Folks, if you want a reason to hate the Green Bay Packers, how about that one with Donald Driver, not with Dave Robinson? Because guys like Dave Robinson make you like him even if you hate him. How about a round of applause for Dave Robinson?
That's the Driver.
That's for Driver.
That's for your take on it.
All right. That's for Dave Robinson.
In fairness to Driver, he's never been in any kind of trouble. He's never really been that big of a jerk.
And who cares? But this is off. This is not no cameras, nothing.
Yeah,
this is Donald Driver being Donald Driver.
Yeah, no.
This is no media.
No bueno.
No media, nothing.
Right.
No.
100%. No good, man. Okay. We're not a fan of that. We're a big fan of Dave Robinson. You get all those guys. You know all those retirees. What is that? The Congress? What is the
That's the Retired Players Congress. Go to playerscongress.com. Check it out, folks. They're a sponsor of the Sports Circus that airs at 5 p.m. right here on KSHB 1400, home of your Arizona Diamondbacks.
You also had the linebacker for the Baltimore Colts won Super Bowl III, and we talked to him too. I forget his name. He was one of the
Bob Grant.
Bob Grant, right? Bob Grant, right? You had Bob Grant on, and
I talked to Marv Fleming today.
Marv Fleming is your buddy.
And Marv's a good buddy of mine.
People got to know who Marv Fleming is. Marv Fleming was a member of the Dolphins undefeated team in 1970.
He was, but he also won the first 2 Super Bowls with Green Bay, then won the 2 with Miami as well.
So he's got some hardware, some trophies, and some rings.
Yeah,
right.
I showed you the ring that he has. Even the Packer Hall of Fame one and the other ones.
Amazing.
Super Bowl ring, whatever, all that stuff. Yeah.
Sal runs with a very select crowd.
Yeah. In fact, I even got a call from Don Horn today.
Don Horn, backup quarterback in the Ice Bowl.
That's right.
Green Bay Packers.
And he also won. Yeah, he was on the Super Bowl II team as well. Yeah.
Very good. Very, very good. So these guys that you're talking about.
Yeah, these are my friends, man. And I hear this stuff.
These are very cool guys. These guys are not like Draymond Green, who's coming back from an 11-game absence.
Nobody cares about I got a whole bunch of money in my pocket. These are real guys.
Yes.
Anyway, moving on.
Different era, different world back then, right? 50 years.
Decent people, really decent people.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got to tell you, by the way, so I did ask, did you listen to yesterday's show by chance?
I haven't, no.
Okay, well, so I did ask him, I said, so tell me about your relationship with George Halas.
Who's that?
To Dave Robinson.
Okay.
Right, the opposing linebacker. He said, you know what? He said, damn it, every time George Halas spoke to me, he always said, you were offside on that sack. Or you were holding on that interference or on that interception. And it was, he goes, man, he always had something negative to say to me. But he said, Vince Lombardi, the only guy he called in the world, he called him coach. So Vince Lombardi had the highest regard for George Halas.
Wait, Lombardi called George Halas coach.
Yeah.
Woof. That's something else,
yeah.
Huh? Woof.
I get all these really cool stories, but I wanted to throw that out there because, I know a ton of the Lombardi stories, but when you hear the stuff that nobody else really hears about, that's where this real high-value dialogue. Now, you've been on the show a number of times.
Well, he's Papa Bear.
Yeah,
right.
But you've been on the circus a bunch of times.
Yes.
I mean, that's where we're at here today. I mean, who knows? Maybe something bigger's down the road.
Absolutely.
We'll bring Tommy T back onto the circus
I
next week.
love coming on the circus. Come on, man. It's a whole different vibe. I always get some old timer that I'm talking to. It's
not just old timers. I mean, we bring on some regular. I had Dwight Freeney on the show last year.
See, he ain't no old timer.
No, hell no.
University of Syracuse.
And actually,
Super Bowl champion with the Indianapolis Colts.
Right. In fact, Dwight came on right after he signed with the Detroit Lions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he should have 2 Super Bowls, Dwight Freeney. He got boned out of the other one.
Yeah, he did.
He got boned when Tom Brady just reached in his pocket and took the Super Bowl right out of his hand.
Yes!
Right?
That happens.
Poor Freeney. Oh, one other thing I forgot to tell you about Kobe Bryant. The reason I started thinking about Kobe Bryant, I was going to bring him up for another reason in the first segment. He actually is in Denver giving the Browns a pregame 1-hour pep talk at the hotel. Kobe Bryant spoke to the Browns for 1 hour.
So he's in Denver. Wait, is he going to cause more mischief like he did when he was up there before?
I thought that too. It wasn't Denver before. It was Vail.
Well, no, but I know.
Yes, I thought
that was on the other side. It was over in Eagle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So but Kobe Bryant's back up to it again, I guess. He's back in Colorado causing mayhem and havoc.
He may not have done anything then.
Oh, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. I know you just, because Kobe, you're a big Kobe fan.
Oh, I told you the last 5 years he was loitering in the paint. He didn't play any defense. I'm not. I'm telling you, they could have arrested Kobe for solicitation on. He wasn't doing anything on defense.
I think the Lakers should recover the $50 million from the last 2 years.
Yeah, he did a lot for that franchise.
What did he do?
He did
for the last 2 years. What did he do? Hold on, the last 2 years.
He scored 60 points
Who
in his
cares?
last game. It was
Nobody
fantastic.
cares. That's because everyone says, "Go ahead, Kobe. Go ahead. We're not going to play any defense. We'll just be a bunch of freaking statues."
Give
me a break.
Folks,
he scored 190 points. Nobody cares.
Folks, I'm going to give you our call-in number. It's 702-221-7283 here at AM 1400 KSHP in Las Vegas. And I want you guys to call in again, 702-221-7283, because as you can tell, Sal cannot hide his feelings.
Have you been watching the phone? We don't even know if anybody's called in.
Yeah, no,
Mike from Paducah has not called in.
But Sal cannot hide his feelings, man. If you get Sal going on LeBron, who he, of course, affectionately calls LeBrick. I don't understand that,
Yes!
But LeBron. And then every time I bring up Kobe, no defense. Well, I got the numbers to say, well, that's not entirely
whatever.
true.
Those are padded numbers. Nobody cares.
Sal likes one NBA player. Oh, I bring up another great NBA player.
No, I like a lot of NBA players.
I bring up another great NBA player. I bring up Steph Curry. He shot air balls in the finals.
He did shoot. He was shooting air balls in the finals against Cleveland, and he doesn't do that. He doesn't shoot air balls.
Yeah,
you know that.
No,
the whole world knows that.
One of probably the greatest shooter, the greatest pure shooter in the history of the NBA.
He's certainly one of the top shooters that the league has ever seen.
And I like all these guys. I think that these guys represent the league very, very well.
I think Steph does a good job.
Yeah, I think Steph does a good
job. No, I have no problem with Steph whatsoever.
I don't know why he's talking about NASA and the moonwalk, and I don't get that. But that's the other thing is these guys, they pontificate on other subjects that we don't care about.
And you know what? They're athletes. Shut up and play the game. We're not hired. We didn't go and pay you so you can start pontificating.
Shut up.
Yes. But that's the fact. We don't care what they have to say. Shut up and play, damn it.
Is that you on the recording?
I think so.
Is that you? Because you love to say that to the NBA
And folks,
guys.
by the way, this is Place Your Bet. And what do we do here? We sometimes pick winners, but we sometimes give them away. But we don't know nothing. Ironically, we're 28-2 against the line over the last 5, almost 6 weeks.
And again, we don't know nothing,
bad.
right? So listen.
We don't know nothing.
We're going to come back for our third segment, and we're going to start talking about the games this week. And we got some games on Saturday. We got a game tomorrow, Saturday, and then we got our Sunday games. So we're going to start talking about some of the games this weekend, and maybe we'll start directing you to our website, placeyourbet.vegas, and start checking us out.
All right, folks, we're going to be back here on Place Your Bet. Don't go anywhere. All right. Give me we got my sheet of paper?
Yeah,
I like the sheet. I always use it, even though I don't need it.
I use it too.
So you got to have it in front of you. All right, that's what we're doing, Mike. All right, Mike. I think Mike can do the read for us. Mike, why don't you call in and do the read for Cali Vegas?
That was very, very good, buddy.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah, we got some other good stuff in. So now I'm going to go right to the game.
I wonder if they could see it like this. Mike, does the camera turn if I turn it? Rotate your dice. You can't turn your phone on. Okay, I guess it doesn't work.
I said Arizona State Fresno started at 3, and you're like, you're reading the opening line, you fucking idiot. You wanted to say, you moron.
I did.
I don't use that website enough. I'm starting to get more used to it.
Don't worry about the website. We don't want to say the name of it, but
I didn't say the name of it.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But the fact is, if the line did open at 3.
I know, and it jumped up to 6.
Right.
That's something that catches your attention.
Well, sure.
That's
I mean,
a
it
big
catches
thing.
everybody's attention.
Not everybody.
Ask yourself, why does the line go up to 6? Because
a ton of money went on Fresno.
Right, and the early money went on Fresno.
Yes.
All right, here, Mike. So you're getting some easily.
Okay, I got 45 seconds.
Some regular dialogue here. See, the fact is, because look, this means something to Fresno.
Who gives a crap what Herm Edwards wants or whatever?
Herm Edwards has done a good job.
I'm not saying that he's a bad guy,
Yeah,
but my point is this game doesn't mean shit to Arizona State. It means everything to Fresno State.
Sure.
We got a sixth-place Pac-12 team.
You know why? Because for a while there, Fresno wanted to be in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Fresno pushed to be in the Pac-12.
Right. And Fresno is certainly good enough. They're probably better than most of the teams in the Pac-12. Yeah. That's for sure.
Okay, 10 seconds.
All right, 10 seconds. All right, let me see. All right, I got to put these blasted headphones back on. All right, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it without the music. So, Mike, you guys don't get the music because I don't want this copyright problem because these morons keep telling me, you can't have this problem, whatever. All right.
Man, I'm having a rough one.
All right. All right, is the light on? Okay, folks, welcome back to Place Your Bet. This segment is brought to you by Kelly Vegas, helping people just like you create and host your very own radio, TV, or multimedia talk show. Kelly Vegas can help you with everything you need to get out of sitting in hours of traffic every day and host your very own talk show in your very own studio. Call Kelly Vegas right now at 949-445-1119. That's 949-445-1119. Again, 949-445-1119, or visit them at kellyvegas.com. That's CALI Vegas.com. And tell them Place Your Bet sent you. And by the way, you're a little bit early on that applause, amigo.
Oh,
you're still applauding. Yeah, I haven't finished rounding the bases yet. I haven't stomped on home plate to win the game yet.
Okay.
And you're already applauding. But thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Wait a couple extra seconds. Okay, I figured that you were going to finish strong. Okay.
Is anybody calling in? We got to watch that phone line. Folks, if you want to call in.
I'm looking at the thing.
All right, again. 702-221-7283. And we can sing, and we're here all week, folks.
No one gives a phone number in concert. Right. Okay, so let's get to the NFL. We got some big games this weekend. It's 3 weeks to go in the regular season, and we got some dog games that they might sneak up and, grab your attention. We got a couple toilet bowl games in the NFL this weekend. But here's one thing I wanted to just get your opinion on. These young quarterbacks in the NFL, primarily Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Mitch Trubisky. Trubisky's not a rookie. He's a second-year player. But they seem to be way better runners than passers at this point in their careers.
What does that tell you?
Well, that was going to be my question to you. But what that tells me is that they're better runners than passers.
Okay, that's rather insightful. Right.
Well, what tells me is that they're not really prepared to handle the complexities of defenses yet.
Is it that they are not prepared, or their quarterback coach is not preparing them? That's what you should be asking yourself.
Well, their quarterback coach and offensive coordinator, well, I'm sure they're working around the clock trying to get these guys ready, but I don't think it's something that's worked out on a practice field or in the room. I think it's something that has to be game live experience.
Okay, all right, so it's about live reps. All right, so now the next question is this about having a mature quarterback, a 4-year graduate quarterback that has had 4 years at the college ranks, or is it about a kid that's come out after a year or two, maybe a couple years, like Darnold, for example?
Well, Darnold didn't play. He played 2 years at USC.
That's it.
Trubisky only started 1 year at North Carolina. Yeah, you're right. So a lot of these guys that only played 1 year.
Right. So this is what I'm referring to.
Yes.
Right. So you take a guy like Dan Marino when he comes out at University of Pittsburgh. What did he do? He was in there.
He was a finished product.
He was a finished product. That's right. He was ready to go. That's exactly my point.
As was Peyton Manning, 4-year starter at University of Tennessee.
Right.
But I mean, Peyton had a rough start. I think he threw 28 interceptions his first year. But
right. Well, Drew Brees come out of Purdue, and he come out of Purdue as a finished product as well. This guy, he started for 3 years at Purdue. Billy Dicken was the quarterback before him. But the fact is, these guys are ready. Yeah, Billy Dicken went on to play arena ball.
Purdue had that good coach from Wyoming.
Yeah, Joe Tiller.
Joe Tiller. He was a Wyoming guy before Purdue. That was an excellent hire that Purdue had.
Joe Tiller was a great coach.
He was a fantastic coach
there.
Yeah,
rest his soul. He was a great guy. Give Joe a round of applause.
Okay, we like Joe Tiller, right? Yes. All right.
Mike from Paducah says Trubisky, who he didn't spell it right, by the way, throws over their heads all the time. Well, Mike, why don't you ask why he throws over their heads all the time? Because think about this. If Trubisky's throwing over their head all the time, that means, number one, he's not practicing right. He's not getting the right reps. Number two, he's worried, because remember, Trubisky doesn't check down either. He throws to his first receiver. If it's not there, he runs. That means he's got happy feet.
Yes.
Right? So instead of being in the pocket with happy feet, he just runs away from everything with his happy feet.
Well, you're talking about the word they use is progressions. There's a progression read as a quarterback. Goes back and it's a 1, 2, 3. I don't know how many levels there are.
Right. That's why I'm like, he's not checking
he
down.
doesn't, yeah.
So he does his first one. He does the first read. If it's not there, he runs.
Well, another thing that these quarterbacks don't do, except with the exception of Baker Mayfield, he seems much more advanced. There's another term that they use with these quarterbacks saying throwing his guy open. You know, like a lot of these guys,
it's like backyard football.
Well, they need to see the guy open.
Yeah.
Like, Trubisky needs to see the guy open and then throw it. Dak Prescott does this also with the Cowboys.
Right.
But Baker Mayfield, the guy's covered, the guy's running a pattern. He throws the guy open. He leads the guy with the pass, which Brady and Drew Brees, those guys, Rodgers, they're masters of that.
Right.
Throwing their guy open. Well, I noticed that Josh Allen has 3 games in a row with 100 yards. The first game is 99.
Hit the laugh track. Hurry up.
The first game is 99 yards, but it's not technically 100 yards. But he had 101 yards. He took a knee on 2 snaps to kill the clock. He ended up with 99 yards. But in the last 3 games, he has 335 rushing yards.
Yeah.
That's,
I like Josh Allen.
I do too.
I do too.
I think he's got potential.
I think he's going to be a very good quarterback in this league. If you could protect him, give him someone to throw to. This guy is just as good as anybody else out there.
Well, he's got
all these young kids.
He's got a major league arm. They say that he makes all the throws.
He's got
everywhere.
the cannon.
He's got to learn the touch. He's got to learn how to read progressions. They seem to have the right setup for him. This guy Sean McDermott came from Carolina. He was a defensive coordinator at Carolina. He seems like he's got firm control of that team. He must be happy he's out of Carolina. I mean, come on.
Well,
that Carolina turned into a dumpster fire.
Well, for the same reason, I think a lot of the NFL is happy that Nagy's out of the AFC West. I think those guys over in the West are very happy to get him out of the division.
Although,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and then, of course, the NFC North isn't happy to see Nagy in there
I
because
know.
he's turning that thing on its ear with an inexperienced quarterback. He's doing a number on that team.
Right.
But Kansas City's not any worse for the wear without Nagy, though, because Andy Reid has, again, done another phenomenal job.
Absolutely.
Right?
But my point is that guy was wreaking havoc over in that division. Now he's wreaking havoc in the NFC North.
Absolutely. Okay,
Absolutely.
So coming down some of these games, one of the surprises I saw, looking at the lines, the Patriots are favored by 2.5 points at Pittsburgh.
I think the line was 1.5 last I saw.
Okay, it was up to 2.5. So, I haven't gone on to your favorite website, which I'm not allowed to say, but I haven't gone on that.
Well, I looked at it earlier. It looked like 1.5.
1.5. Still, that's a 5, almost a 5-point swing, right? Because the road team is supposed to get 3 points automatically in a game like that. And Pittsburgh is usually, the Steelers usually have one of the best home field advantages in the NFL.
Yeah, but remember, Brady is 8-3 against Pittsburgh in his career.
11-2.
I thought it was 8-3.
Well, it was 8-3. He hasn't lost 3 games to them. He's 11-2.
Or whatever.
He dominates them.
Whatever it is. All I know is he has only lost a small amount of games.
Yeah.
I mean, he really does dominate them. But you have to ask yourself why. Is it Belichick?
Well, the combination of the two, yeah.
Is it the deflated footballs? I mean, what is it?
What? No, it's not the deflated
You never know.
Get out of here.
No, my point is, I mean, they're a superior team.
Yeah.
They outcoach Pittsburgh every time they play him for the most part.
Pittsburgh is snake bitten now, and they're in Pittsburgh's head.
But see, here's the funny thing about that game. Everybody says, "Well, Pittsburgh's snake bitten." All right, now you've got an angry Patriots team going to play a reeling Pittsburgh team. Now, be careful what you wish for with this game. I'm not going to give you any information on this game whatsoever, but you better take a hard look at it before you start deciding which way you're going to bet on it, because there are things working in both directions on this game.
Well, you talked to me about this game. You used the analogy of flipping a coin. If you flip a coin 9 times and it comes up tails 9 times in a row, what are the odds on the 10th flip that it's going to be tails?
The odds are the same.
50-50, right?
Always.
And that's the same thing with this Pittsburgh thing. I mean, just because they've been getting beaten by this team over and over and over again, it doesn't guarantee that the odds go in their favor in this game. You still have to see, you still have to break this game down and take it for what it is, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's one of those games that, I mean, frankly, I think you just want to sit back.
2.5.
Yeah, you
It's
just want to sit back and watch that game. Now, if you've got any gonads, you're going to go bet it. But the question is, why are you going to bet it? Is it because it's the game to watch? I would stay away from that one.
You don't want to bet those games, right?
I'd stay away, but I will say that I do have, on the silver level, I do have something on PlaceYourBet.Vegas for it.
And that's our lowest tier.
That's the first. Yeah, that's
first
basically
tier.
the entry level, if you will.
Okay,
Yeah.
the entry level,
Yeah.
the silver level.
Right.
I like how you flip-flop the gold and silver right? I mean, well, you make the gold the second and platinum's the third.
Well, yeah.
Right.
I mean, as you go to the more expensive metal, that's usually how it works. I mean, platinum's more expensive than gold,
He took the
right? And gold is more expensive than silver. I mean, that's how you got to do it.
Sal's going with the price of metals. That's how we set up our tiers.
It's
That's
kind of like
fantastic.
having a sapphire, a diamond. Well, listen to this.
Don't pump my club.
Listen to this one: a sapphire, a diamond, and a ruby. Now, did you know that the ruby was the most expensive stone in the world?
No, I didn't know that.
That's right. It's a ruby.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
only reason the diamonds are expensive is because of De Beers.
Yes.
Another story for another time.
Yes, the company De Beers, the South
Right.
African company that
Right. The Burmese rubies are the most expensive stones in the world.
the Burmese rubies.
That's right.
Okay, from Burma.
Yes.
Okay,
Hence
Very
Burmese.
good.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. So I looked up the line. It's fluctuated between 2.5 and 3. It's actually never gone down to 1.5. So that
Oh,
New
you're
England
not
line,
you're not going to see it above 2.5, and you're not going to see it below. I
Okay.
should say you're not going to see it above that. You're not going to see it below 1.5.
Okay. All right. So again, we're not giving who we like in that game, and that's a tough game.
Well,
to
something
pick,
to look for in that game: a 2-point conversion when you don't expect it.
which
Just like we saw last night with the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Well, that's going to happen now because you
But
said
no,
that's going to happen now. See, that's
Right.
how you go. That's how you go.
Yes!
My first guess would be the Steelers would go for the 2-point before the Patriots because that last year they were toying with the idea of going for the 2-point conversion almost every touchdown.
Well, I was going to say, don't be surprised to see a team come out 7 or get their first touchdown and go for 2 points right away.
Yeah, the Steelers have done that a number of times. A number of times they've done that. There's a couple games where they go up 8-0. They score a touchdown. They do get that 2-point conversion. They like that. There's something about the odds, but they like doing that. But I think the team is a mess. They've been blaming Le'Veon Bell for most of the year, and he's long gone. So now
Yeah,
they
he
need someone
shouldn't
else
be
to
in their
blame.
dialogue at this point.
I know.
Just like this game shouldn't be in our
Yeah.
dialogue anymore.
Well, you know what else should be in their dialogue? One more thing: the X-ray machines in the Oakland Alameda Stadium. That shouldn't be in their dialogue either.
Why? No, those need to be there because of all the rats and rodents, whatnot, in the snack machines. You got to have that. Yes.
Okay. All right. So Browns are getting 2.5 points in Denver, right? And Denver is decimated by injuries again. I mean, they're missing now the guy that's replacing Chris Harris. Chris Harris is out for the year. The rookie who replaced him, he's injured. So now they're bringing in a street free agent to play the cornerback position. I mean, Baker Mayfield, can he take advantage of this? Can he just exploit the Denver secondary? And can he avoid Von Miller and Bradley Chubb?
Well, they're not going to throw at those guys. Bottom line, they're not going to throw at Miller. So they're going to go right after the new guy. I mean, that's what any team would do. So the bigger question is, if you got a new guy playing a defensive back, why wouldn't you throw at him every time?
Well, my question was, is Miller and Chubb going to give him enough time to do that,
Sure
to get
they
up
will.
to the secondary? Okay.
Sure, they're going to double him,
Okay.
just like what you saw with what the Bears did to Aaron Donald.
Yeah, yeah,
The same thing they did to Donald.
yeah. The Browns in Denver. Denver is one of those places where it's supposed to be difficult to play, like in Pittsburgh, but it hasn't been lately.
Yeah, I don't really buy into
It
that.
hasn't been lately, right? The Bears are hosting Green Bay. Now, I've been hearing rumors. I've been hearing rumors that.
Go ahead.
I've been hearing rumors, just like I've been hearing rumors that Bryce Harper might be going to the Chicago White Sox, the south side of town. I've been
Yeah.
hearing rumors that if Green Bay can run the table, which they did a couple of years ago when they were 4-6.
There's 3 games left, man. You think they got a snowball chance in hell of doing that?
Well, if they win their last 4 games, they would end up 8-7-1, right? So if they run the table, they're saying that this guy Philbin would keep the job,
yeah.
right?
Okay.
So-
So Philbin sounds like a major appliance, doesn't it? I'll take the Philbin over there, and I'll have that in blue.
The microwave.
Yeah.
Get a microwave and a stove. Okay. Yeah. Well,
It's something
Joe.
something you get on like Prices Right
Joe
or something.
Philbin. They must have really been mad at McCarthy to get rid of him and put this Philbin in because he didn't do a good job in Miami at all. So they're saying if they run the table, Joe Philbin gets the job. Now that would motivate Philbin, don't you think?
I just find it funny every time you say the word Philbin.
Well, I've been trying to get it in now in the last 10 seconds. Listen, we'll use it. Start
That's
using
what
it
she
as
said.
we'll start using it as a verb. Sal can't help it.
Moving on.
Sal cannot help it. Okay.
But all right, so now you're
The Bears
on.
are giving 5.5 against the Packers. You don't believe this Packer team can run the table like they did 2 years ago. You don't see it in them. They're not going to go 4 in a row.
No. I mean,
No.
okay, so go back to the very first game of the season on Sunday night, and you had the Bears and Packers, right? And the Bears got out to a 23-0 lead.
They had them beat.
Yeah, they had them beat.
Yep.
And then conveniently, it was Green Bay's 100th game, 100th year game, blah, blah, in Lambeau Field. It was remarkable how the Bears conveniently collapsed in that game.
What does that conveniently mean? When you do conveniently and wrinkle your forehead, what does that mean? Expound, please.
Expound, he says. Another big word for the Raider
Expound
fans.
on that, on the facial expressions and the hint thing. Give it to us. Come on.
If you think the Bears really lost that game, I believe. Well, let's put it this way:
They didn't lose the game.
They lost the game, but I don't think they lost the game.
They laid down.
I think absolutely. I have every reason to believe that the Bears packed it in.
Who laid them down?
I don't know. I'm not in that business.
Oh my
I don't know nothing.
Okay.
But I will say this: that the Bears, folks, I'm gonna give you this one for free. Bears money line. Bears win. Bears destroy. They don't have to destroy Green Bay, but the Bears with a win will knock Green Bay out. And there's nothing sweeter than a Chicago Bears fan or the city of Chicago or basically all those Packer haters out there to see the Packers eliminated. So the Bears are going to win this game. Lock it up.
What's the money line on this?
I don't know what the money. Look it up. It depends on what your book is. I saw it at 260, 230, 260. I don't know what it is now. It could be even less. What do you got?
Well, give me a chance. I mean,
Jeez,
I'm not
dude.
a professional on this thing yet.
You're like the human rain delay. What do you got?
I got the money line right here is 260. How do you know that?
Yes! That's unbelievable. I even know the money line. That's
All
stupid.
Right. That's stupid. Sal.
Right.
Sal's not stupid, but he's stupid funny. I'll
No,
tell you that much.
but I think. Look, folks. This week, and we only have a couple of minutes left in the show, but I'm going to look at outside of his. Are you done with that?
I don't know what that is. I
don't know.
Like to
Stop
mess around
pressing
with
buttons.
that.
Stop pressing buttons. Right,
Okay.
right in the middle of the show. The fact is, this is a money line bet week, and it's also a teaser parlay card week. If you have the ability to get to the sports book,
You got 2 minutes to expound on that.
Jeez, dude, I know that. I can see your fingers. This guy over here, he thinks I'm Nubaba
I'm
Gapatas.
checking the phones. No one's calling, so
Well,
go
yeah,
for
you're
it.
just looking at it now.
Go for it.
All right, so the fact is, yeah. The fact is, if you are a teaser card player, these are the games. This is a big week for the teaser cards. In fact, I think I'm going to run out and play one myself. You can go pick that 5-16 teaser and pay attention to the over and under in the Washington game as well. Washington-Jacksonville, I think I last saw it at 36, if I'm not mistaken.
What?
Kind of liking that one on the
Okay.
under. I'm liking that one going under.
Okay.
And I don't really pick these, but I got to tell you, if you're going to play one of these teaser cards, that's one of those ones you certainly want to include. And let's face it, and you have to include the Bears as well, because you're going to get 5-6 points, maybe even 7, depending on the type of money card you get or the parlay card you get. And there's no way the Bears lose this game. The Bears are going to win this game. They're going to eliminate Green Bay, and that's the end of that.
And they're going to cover the 5.5. So you want to tease them and give the Bears a half a point? Or?
I'm not saying anything about that piece of it. All I'm saying is that's a money line bet.
Okay.
And make sure you pay attention to that one on the teaser card. And there's a few other games like that you need to pay attention with on the teaser cards as well. And I do believe that.
What about your round robin?
I believe another card another game you need to pay attention to is the Seattle-San Francisco game. And frankly, Seattle can really sign everything up, and they could really pack it into all their competitors if Seattle gets himself a win on this weekend.
-3.5 in San Francisco,
yeah,
right?
The hook is going to be a killer, but again, if you have that one on the money line or the teaser card, that's the way to go. All right, folks, we're going to be out of here in about 30 seconds. Time to go ahead and get us out.
Okay, so another great show, another great week. This is our 6th week. Check us out at placeyourbet.vegas. And thank you, Sal, for another great week. I got to sign out.
All right. That is all, folks. We'll see you next time. All right. Plenty of time.
I got 50-50. I read a 50-50.
Yeah, right. I know. I heard the music, but I get the copyright things, the problems on here. If I
see.
if I have a go, yeah. All right. So Mike, I hope that worked for you. There's no fucking way that the Bears are going to lose this weekend. That ain't going to happen.
I want to listen to that.
Bears aren't going to lose.
Okay, I want to listen to that.
Seattle gets a win, I think, as well. I think everybody's saying, oh, well, San Francisco, this, that, and the other. I got you, San Francisco. Then you got teams like New England. You think New England is going to lose to Pittsburgh?
Fun show, buddy.
Hell no. How the hell are they going to lose to them? Look, it's all about big bucks right here. Look at this. Big Didge. Seattle's -7,
And on what planet is Seattle -7? It's on your card, Seattle's -7. You tell the guy who gives you that card to stick that card in his ass. That's crazy. There's no way Seattle's -7. Oh, look, I got a cookie. Yes! Yeah, Mark gave me a cookie. Want a cookie? Got a cookie. Take it home. Take it. It's, I don't know, macadamia.
That's really good.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is the right one.
I know, you got to stay awake.
This is the right one, buddy. Okay.
All right, yeah, do it.
I was double checking.
Oh, I got to put this cord back. I don't want to leave it in here. Actually, I should leave it in here. See this blue cord? This is what makes it so I can do Facebook Live with everybody. I'm going to leave it in here because I don't use it in the other studio. No, I don't do it in there. All right, Mike, I'm going to bring you with me. Oh, I got my cord here. I need my cord. All right, hold on. There you go. All right. I'll take a tour. Here's our production. So when we want to cut commercials and whatnot, all our stuff is in here. Right? Microphone. Hello. Go out here. All right. Into the studio, into the area. Now we're going back to Studio B. This is where I do the Sports Circus. It's back here. Let me turn the light on. Hold on. There you go. So I do my show from here. On this little board right here, this one does the same thing that the big board that Tommy has. The same exact thing. And there's for my show, for the Sports Circus. Da, 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 da. All right. So that's what we have. I keep that. So when I sit there, I have there's my chair. You know, if I do Facebook Live, for example, you know, I'll have my banner in the back, and hey, look, there's my picture. Yes, yes, jackpot. All right, kids. All right, that's all, and I'm gonna shut this thing down. Well, here's a live read. Hey, listen, Mike, this is kind of cool. Go to kshp.com. Check this out. See if I can zoom in on this. Oh, shit, I can't see it. This is really cool. Go to. No. He can't use his, no. All right, so check this out. Actually, you can't read this so well. Here it is. Go to kshp.com, and there's this really cool shopping thing. They do a radio shopping show, and I'm a customer already, but discounted show tickets, food, you name it, whatever. It's really good. They're doing a big promo tomorrow. You can sign up. You can stream the show on kshp.com as well. They have a live streamer, and it's really cool. You can buy, you know, stuff that you could use over there, but if you come to Vegas, you can get all kinds of restaurant things and whatnot too. All right, I'm gonna shut this out. Hold on, I'm walking out right now.